Hi, my name is Candace Maiden, and I'm the co-owner of Squash The Beef Catering, which is a vegan catering company in Cleveland, Ohio. Answering the first question about how has other women helped with my entrepreneurship or with my business, and I was saying that one of the great things about being a business owner is the connections that you make with other business owners, and they usually happen very organically. It's like if there's a product or a space that you need in your business, then you can reach out and kind of connect with people who provide that. For us, with being a vegan catering company, we initially started doing pop-ups around the city, and the pop-ups were a way to kind of bring our food to people, for them to try to get individual portions, and that was kind of how we started. And it was there's a few that I can think of, but some businesses will say, hey, you can pop up at my establishment, and that way, you can bring in customers to try your food, and then they can support my business in one way or the other. And there's three women who I guess stand out that were so remarkable in helping us. One is the owner of Birch Cafe in Highland. I think that's considered Highland Heights. She has a vegan marketplace. It's a cafe and a market. And on Saturdays before COVID, Saturdays throughout the year, we were able to come and kind of set up shop and sell, some hot foods for an hour or two. And so it allowed people who knew our business to come into her establishment to see everything that she offered. And it was also a place, because oftentimes we just need space to set up, for us to host a pop-up and for people to learn more about us as well. Another business is the owner of Umbar, who I think was also through Honeycomb. We do pop-ups at her facility on Sundays. We did our vegan soul food Sunday. In the summertime, we also host other events. But these women have brick and mortar, and we have the food. So it's like, hey, use my space, and we can help each other out. And then last is a lady named Destiny, who owns the Cleveland Urban Winery, which is just a homemade, locally owned winery. And she just sells beverages. She says we don't have food, but a lot of times on the weekends, people want to dine in, wine, and just kind of stay a while, hang out. And she said, I usually let them just kind of do Uber Eats or bring food in. But how awesome would it be if we could come in to set up shop to provide the food? So First Fridays, we started setting up shop there where people could come and purchase food, and then they'll of course purchase their beverage from her. So all of these women have used their space and used their business and their brick and mortar to house our business, and I think that relationship has just been so positive. How have I helped other women? I mean, and it really is just that. I mean, I'm always seeking local owned businesses for products that we can use, whether it's like, okay, I can bring people to your establishment, or if you make something. I know we have friends who are chefs as well, and we will often buy food from them, because I'm like, we don't want to cook all the time. When you're a catering company, you want people to cook for you. And so we have so many friends who are women, who are people of color, who own vegan establishments, and we will often patronize and support them. We try, with hiring, we have every now and then we have some staff who come to help us set up. I try to always go for younger kids who need that experience. Oftentimes, if we can get a young woman who's interested in the field but just wants to get practice or working with us, we try to seek out those opportunities as well. So as much as I can support, or just even put the word out. People ask us all the time, like, hey, I'm looking for this or I'm looking for that. And I'm like, oh, I know somebody. As long, we keep that connection going. And I'm always big to refer someone to another business. Highlighting minority owned business, and that includes, being a person of color, being a woman. There are so many obstacles that you have to face, because many of us are trailblazers, right? We don't have this sustainable history of seeing people who look like us start these businesses. But I think more and more it's groundbreaking. And I'm so fortunate for the generation that comes after me, who have seen so many examples, and they kind of have that carbon, copy to follow through, where they don't have to always reinvent the wheel. And I think that's just important to see, like, it's great to be a trailblazer. It's great to be the first. It's great to be all that. But sometimes it's okay to kind of follow behind and take a road that has been traveled, that's a little bit smooth and paved out, for you to accomplish your goals. And I'm hoping that's what we're doing, is just allowing space for more people to reach that goal.